chapter 18. Shloka number. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tata Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Now we try to understand Shloka number 21 and 22 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter 18. Atha api yat padanakha avasrishtam
अथ पीयत पादनख अवसृष्टम
jagat virincha upavruta arrana amba
जगत विरिंचम उपहृत अर्हन अम्भः
sa isham punati anyatamaha mukundat
स ईशं पुनाति अन्यतमः मुकुन्दात्
kaha nama loke bhagvat pada artha
कः नाम लोके भगवत्पदार्थः
yatra anuraktaha sa eva dhiraha
यत्र अनुरक्ताः सहसा एव धीराः
vepahya deha adishu sangam udam
व्यपहुय्य देह आदिषु सङ्गमूढम्
prajanti tatparam hamsim antyam
व्रजन्ति तत्पारम् अहंस्यम् अन्त्यम्
antyam yasmin ahimsa upashama swadharma
तस्मिन् अहिंसा उपशमः स्वधर्मः
atha api yat padanakh avasrishtam
अथ पीयत् पादनख अवसृष्टम्
jagat virincho uparut arhana amba
जगत् विरिञ्च उपहृत अर्हण अम्भः
sa isham punati anyatamah mukundat
स ईशं पुनाति अन्यतमः मुकुन्दात्
कह नाम लोके भगवत पद अर्थ
कः नाम लोके भगवत्पदार्थः
यत्र अनुरक्ता सा एव धीराः
यत्र अनुरक्ताः सहसा एव धीराः
व्यपह्यते आदिषु संगम उडम
व्यपहुय्य देहादिषु सङ्गमूढम्
व्रजन्ति तत् पारम हंसायाम अन्त्यम
व्रजन्ति तत्पारम् अहंस्यम् अन्त्यम्
यस्मिन् अहिंसा उपशमः स्वधर्मः
यस्मिन् हिंसा उपशमः स्वधर्मः
अथापि यत् पादनख अवसृष्टं जगत् विरिञ्च उपहृत अर्हण अम्बः स ईशं पुनाति अन्यतमः मुकुन्द लोके भगवत्पद अर्थ यत्र अनुरक्ताः सहसा एव धीराः वैपयोदय आदिषु संगम उडम प्रजन्ति तत्पारं हंसिम अन्त्यम यस्मिन् अहिंसा उपशमः स्वधर्म। हरे कृष्ण।
अथ पीयत पादनख अवसृष्टम् जगत् विरिञ्च उपहृतार्हन् अम्भः स ईशं पुनाति अन्यतमः मुकुन्दात् कः नाम लोके भगवत्पदार्थः यत्र अनुरक्ताः सहसा एव धीरा व्यपोह्य देहादिषु सङ्गम् ऊढम् व्रजन्ति तत्पारम् अहिंस्यम् अन्त्यम् यस्मिन् अहिंसा उपशमः स्वधर्मः।
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Who can be worthy of the same of the name of the Supreme Lord but personality of Godhead Sri Krishna? Brahmājī collected water emanating from the nails of his feet in order to award it to Lord Śiva as a worshipful welcome. This very water, Ganges, is purifying whole universe, including Lord Śiva. Self-controlled persons who are attached to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna can all of a sudden give up word of material attachment, including gross body and subtle mind, and go away to attain highest perfection of the renounced order of life. by which non-violence and renunciation are consequential. Purport. The conception of many gods in the Vedic literature by ignorant is completely wrong. The Lord is one without a second, but he expands himself in many ways, and this is confirmed in Vedas. Such expansions of the Lord are limitless, but some of them are the living entities. The living entities are not as powerful as Lord's plenary expansion, and therefore there are two different types of expansion. Lord Brahma is generally one of the living entities, and Lord Shiva is the via media between Lord and the living entity. In other words, even demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, who are the chief amongst all demigods, are never equal to or greater than Lord Viṣṇu, the supreme personality of Godhead, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, and all powerful demigods like Brahma and Shiva are engaged in worship of the Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Therefore, who can be more powerful than Mukunda, Lord Krishna, to be factually called Supreme Personality of Godhead, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi ji, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are not independently powerful. They are powerful as expansions of the Supreme Lord, and all of them are engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. And so also are the living entities. There are four sets of worshipful devotees of the Lord, and the chief amongst them are Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Sri Sampradaya, descending directly from Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, respectively. Besides, above mentioned three sampradayas, there is the Kumara Sampradaya, descending from Sanat Kumar. All of the four original sampradayas are still scrupulously engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord up to date, and they all declare that Lord Krishna Mukunda is the supreme personality of Godhead, and no other personality is equal to him or greater than him. Only the self-control can gradually be attached to the supreme personality of Godhead. Self-control means not indulging in sense enjoyment more than it is necessary, and those who are not self-controlled are given over to sense enjoyment. A dry philosophical speculation is a subtle sense enjoyment of the mind. Sense enjoyment leads one to the path of darkness. Those who are self-controlled can make progress on the path of liberation from the conditional life of material existence. The Vedas therefore enjoy that one should not go on the path of darkness but should make a progressive march towards the path of light or liberation. Self control is actually achieved not by artificially stopping the senses from material enjoyment, but by becoming factual attached to the Supreme Lord by engaging one's unalloyed senses in the transcendental service of the Lord. The senses cannot be forcibly curbed, but they can be given a proper engagement. Purified senses, therefore, are always engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord. This perfectional stage of sense engagement is called Bhakti Yoga. So, those who are attached to the means of Bhakti Yoga are factually self controlled and can all of a sudden given up their homely or bodily attachment for the service of the Lord. This is called the Paramahamsa stage. Hamsas or swans accept only milk out of a mixture of milk and water. Similarly, those who accept the service of the Lord instead of Maya's service are called the Paramahamsa. They are naturally qualified with all good attributes such as pridelessness, freedom from vanity, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, respectability, worship, devotion, and sincerity. All these godly qualities exist in the devotee of the Lord spontaneously. Such Paramahamsas who are completely given up to the service of the Lord are very rare. They are very rare even amongst the liberated souls. Real non-violence means freedom from envy. In this world, everyone is envious of his fellow being, but a perfect Paramahamsa, being completely given up to the service of the Lord, is perfectly non-envious. He loves every living being in relation with the Supreme Lord. Real renunciation means perfect dependence on God. Every living being is dependent on someone else because he is so made. Actual, everyone is dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Lord. But when one forgets his relation with the Lord, he becomes dependent on the conditions of material nature. Renunciation means renouncing one's dependence on the condition of the material nature and thus becoming completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Real dependence means complete faith in the mercy of the Lord without dependence on the condition of matter. This Paramahansa stage is the highest perfectional stage in Bhakti Yoga, the process of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Thapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantika Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Tapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitancha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desha Tarine Vancha Kalpatarubhecha Rupa Sindhube Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaur Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Now we continuing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto first, uh, chapter 18, Parikshit course by Brahmana boy, sloka number 21 and 22. Here they describe about the um, supreme person, about the importance of the Lord Mukunda is the supreme personality of Godhead, and no other personality is equal to him or greater than him. And in 22nd shloka, they're describing about the four sampradayas and what is their important, what is their meaning. Prabhuji will tell us in nicely. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Om
Krishna,
Prakalpatrave Chakrapa Sindhuve Chapaditanam Pavane Bhivishnuve.
Ram, Hare Hare. I hope I am audible clearly to everyone.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
yes.
So, Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 5th chapter, 142nd verse, if you all remember, this Bengali verse is Ekaleshwara Krishna Arasa Bhartya Yare Yaiche Nachaya Setaiche Kare Nritya. Lord Krishna alone is the supreme controller, and all others are his servants. They dance as he makes them do so. The same principle is being clear to us in these two particular shlokas. In fact, considering everything, it's only Krishna who can be the supreme personality of Godhead. No one else. Even the water which has come out of his feet, that is so purifying. As mentioned by Brahmājī in the slok, the water is coming from the nails of his feet. He collects it and then he gives it to Lord Shivji. So as a worshipful welcome. And then same water then is purifying the whole universe, including Lord Shiva in the form of river Ganga, where we recently had the Mahakumbha. So if his water from the toenail can be so purifying, what to speak of the whole? And that is why only he can be the supreme personality of Godhead. And then the glorification continues. That if we become self-controlled and we become attached to Krishna, then we can immediately give up all kinds of material attachments, including the subtle mind, the cross body. So we, as soon as we become attached to Krishna, we reach the highest perfection of renounced order, where non-violence, renunciation are consequential. And that is the Brahmājī. But when does this happen? When we start becoming attached to Krishna. So basically, these two shlokas, they're making us understand two important aspects. How Krishna is the only one who is worthy of divine worship. And secondly, how there is going to be an inner transformation when we attain loving devotion for Krishna. Even the remnants of the Lord's presence, such as water from his feet, can uplift the soul to the highest perfection. And so, the moment we fix the mind on him, there is an opportunity to attain the Paramahansa state, where peace, renunciation, devotion, they automatically blossom. They automatically come and expand. So Vedas, they explain us that Krishna is Advitiya. He is Sarvakarana Karana. He is one without a second, Advitiya, and he expands himself in many ways. Even a Jiva is an expansion of Krishna. Only thing is we are Anu, while Krishna is Vibhu. But then we carry the same qualities, but maybe in minute quantities. We are not as powerful as the plenary portions of Krishna. So when it comes to expansions, we have seen this in first canto also, second unit, how there are multiple types of expansions. How even Lord Brahmā, Lord Śiva, they are expansions of Krishna. So Krishna, if the all the 64 qualities, he is 100%. His expansions are 98%. Shivji, he enjoys the unique position where he is in between the living entities and Krishna, and he carries nearly 84% of all the qualities. And Brahmājī, who is just like a living being, he carries the highest 78% of the qualities. And the living entity, by pious activities, by devotional service, can keep on going up and up and up and up to the level of Brahma to achieve 78% of the qualities of Krishna. But never can we get 84% or even 100%. Because we are all subordinate to Krishna. No one can be equal to or greater than Krishna. And that is why he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Even Lakshmi Maya, we saw yesterday, who is the goddess of fortune. Even demigods like Brahmājī, Shivji, they are engaged in worship of Krishna. So there can be no one else who is more powerful than Mukunda. And hence he is the only one who is rightfully called as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, independently, if we see, Lakshmiji is powerful. The whole wealth is in her hands. He can give, he can take. Brahmājī, he has created this material world. Shivji, very, very powerful. He can annihilate anyone anytime. But then there are powerful as expansion of Krishna. And each one of them is getting the power because they are engaged in loving service of Krishna. So similarly, we need to learn to serve Krishna. The whole knowledge has been given by Krishna directly to Brahmājī. And Brahmājī has it further given it to everyone. So if you talk about devotional service, Prabhupada makes us understand about the four sects, the four sampradayas, the Brahma Sampradaya, the Rudra Sampradaya, the Shri Sampradaya, and the Kumara Sampradaya. So Brahmājī gives the teachings, and everyone who is coming for in the subsequent generations of the Guru Shishya Parampara, they follow the Brahma Sampradaya. Shivji is also giving the teachings, they come under the Rudra Sampradaya. Lakshmi Maya, she is also teaching, they all come under the Shri Sampradaya. And the four Kumara, Chatush Kumaras, they have also learned everything and they are also giving the teachings. They come under the Kumar Sampradaya. So they all come from the Sanat Kumar. But then, irrespective of whichever Sampradaya, the fact is, everyone is engaged in transcendental service of the Lord. And they all know that Krishna, Mukunda, is the supreme personality of Godhead. And no one is equal to or greater than him. And that is what was declared even in Bhagavad Gita, if you remember, by Arjuna. In Bhagavad Gita, he has said the same thing, that you are the everyone, and everyone is accepting you. Name vidu surganaha prabham na maharshaya amadhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvasya. That you are so great that no one can know you, but you are the greatest. And that is why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute. So we also accept the same thing, that we serve Krishna, and that is what Krishna has ordered us to do. When he has told in Bhagavad Gita that we have to serve him, surrender completely to him and serve him, because everyone is accepting him as the Parama, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum, Ahutvam Rushaya Sarve Devarshi Narada Tata, Asita Devalah Vyasa Swayam Chaeva Bravishi. So, Krishna, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are eternal, transcendental, original person, unborn, the greatest. And all great sages such as Narada, Asita Devala Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and you yourself are also declaring the same thing to me now. And that is why it becomes very important that we engage ourselves in complete service to Krishna. You have to become attached to Krishna, but then who can become? Only if we are self-controlled. So self-control means that we should not be indulging in sense enjoyment more than what is necessary. Because if we are not sense-control, then we are servants of Maya, Maya Das, Indra Das, even different types of philosophical considerations, speculations. They are also sense enjoyments for the mind. The moment we are into any kind of such enjoyment, then there is only darkness and we are going into Adattamaha. But the moment we are self-controlled, there is opportunity to make progress on the path of liberation. From where, from Baddha Jiva, we can become Mukta Jiva. And therefore, the Vedas, they are trying to make us understand that we should not go on the darkness path. We should try to go on the path of liberation. Now, this self-control, this cannot be achieved by bus up, nahi, close your eyes, ears, nose, everything. You will neither listen to bad, you will neither speak bad, neither will you listen, see bad. No, it can be achieved only when we are attached to Krishna, by engaging our senses in transcendental service to God. That yes, we'll listen Krishna Katha, we'll speak Krishna Katha, we'll see Krishna's form in the temple, in the Vigraha. So the moment the senses they're given proper engagement, they become purified. So they're engaged in service of Krishna, and that is Bhakti Yoga. Because you cannot curb the senses possibly. And the moment we have become engaged in Bhakti Yoga, we actually become self-controlled. And then a time can come wherein we can give up all our homely bodily attachments and just want to serve Krishna, and that is the Paramahansa stage, which is referred to in this shloka. Now, answer we know, answer is the swan. There is a mixture of milk and water, will pick up only milk. But those who accept the service of the Lord, so instead of Maya service, they will serve Krishna, and then they will be called as Paramahansa. So all the good qualities will actually come to them. Prabhupada gives the list of all those 28 out of 28 major good qualities he is listing. Um, PFN, that is pridelessness, freedom from vanity, non-violence. Then TSR, that is tolerance, simplicity, respectability. And then WDS, that is worship, devotion, and sincerity. So these are all godly qualities and they come in the devotees. And so they are continuously attached to Krishna. They don't want to do anything. And that is why meeting such Paramahamsas is very rare. Already those who are into this world, after many, many births, we get to come to Krishna consciousness. And amongst that, many, many get, after many, many births, we get human form. And in that, after many, many, many efforts, few become Krishna conscious. And out of that, very few reach the ultimate destination. So Paramahamsas are very, very rare. And the moment you're Paramahamsas, then they show real non-violence, real renunciation. Now, non-violence means, no, it's not that okay, I'm not fighting. No, it means that I'm free from envy, because envy is a violence. And in material world, everyone is envious. But a Paramahamsa, because he is attached to service of Krishna, he has no envy for everyone. For him, everyone is just a part and parcel of Krishna. So that is real non-violence. Renunciation means perfectly dependent on Krishna. So practically seeing, we are all dependent on Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. Isa Vaishnavidam Sarva. So only on the mercy of the Krishna, anything can happen. But we forget our relationship with Krishna, and then we become dependent on the conditions of material nature. So renunciation means renouncing the dependence on material and becoming dependent on Krishna. And independence means complete faith in mercy of Krishna without dependence on any conditions of matter. So the Paramahansa stage, where you find this real independence, real non-violence, real renunciation, is highest perfectional stage. And the only way we can achieve it is through devotional service to Krishna. So we have to understand it. The change is going to happen. Just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that there is a change. As an embodied soul passes from in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, similarly the soul will pass into another body at death. But a sober person is not bewildered by such a change. देहिनस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारम यौवनम जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्ति धीरा तत्र नम्यति. So we have to become dhira. We have to understand this activity, and we have to have faith in Krishna that he will take care of everything, and then we need not worry at all. So let us have this faith. Let us have control over the senses, because one who has control over the senses, whose mind is fixed in Krishna, who desires liberation, is called Paramhansa. And this is something which we'll be seeing in the second canto, second chapter, fifth shloka, where this definition will be coming. So thank you very much. Hare